Hey guys, welcome to my video. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be the first video in my declutter series. I have already posted a video about why I'm decluttering my products and sort of my journey through minimalism. So if you haven't seen that already, please go ahead and watch that video. I will make sure to put the link down in the info bar below, and I'll also attempt to link it up at the very top of the screen. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is my eye makeup, face makeup, all of that stuff. I don't have a lot of makeup. Now, let's go ahead and sort of organize this because it's kind of a mess. This is how I pulled it out of my drawer. So yeah. Okay, so it's big enough that almost everything doesn't really fit in the frame. So we'll start with the smallest category first. This is my Mario Badescu facial spray. This one is the one with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. I also have the rose water one, and that's actually in my diaper bag because it's summer, and I just thought how nice it would be to just like, if we go to the pool or something where it's hot, I can even spray this on like my kids and it's totally okay. So I am going to keep this. I need to actually, I'll put this one in our pool bag so we can make sure to use it up. And then I'll keep that rose one in my diaper bag. If we use this one up before the end of summer, I'll just put that in the pool bag. So that's that. The only other setting mist I have is this one from Milani, the Make It Dewy. I love this. I definitely can go a little overboard and look super like wet. So I do have to be careful, but the mist on this is so fine. It's so lovely. I really enjoyed this one and I would recommend it. I do know they make a matte one, and I have oily skin and I really like the dewy one. I just have found that I'm moving more towards a dewy look in general, so I do really like that. The only eye primer I have is this one from Ulta Beauty. It's their matte eye primer in nude. It does come out, let me show you. It does come out in like a nude color, and when you sheer it out, like it's not completely opaque, but it's not completely sheer either, and I do really like that. This is the second tube actually that I've purchased of this. I recently purchased the Milani eyeshadow primer, and I don't know if, oh gosh, so dirty, I'm sorry. I don't know if I just got a bad tube or what, but it's sort of separated, and I would try and like squish the tube and get it to like, you know, combine the ingredients, and I just couldn't get it to work for me. So I definitely recommend this one. I went through a whole tube before and I would repurchase this one again. I really like it. So the next thing we'll do this category. These are like my eyeliners and eyebrow stuff and mascaras. So the mascara that I'm currently using, this CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara, I really love this. It has the same sort of hourglass shape brush that like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise and the Better Than Sex mascara have. I find though that when I use the Lash Paradise, which I do really enjoy, it tends to start off really wet, and I like it better weeks later. This one started off exactly the way I like it, so this is great. I love this mascara. The next mascara in my roundup is this Get Big Lashes by Essence. It says it's triple black. So this is sort of the same concept. It has that hourglass brush, but it's definitely thicker. Like the brush itself is thicker and more densely packed. So I'm excited to try that one. I have a love-hate relationship with Essence. Some mascaras I have gotten from them are really great and some aren't, but they're so cheap that I'm totally fine just trying it, and if I don't like it, I don't like it. This is my favorite mascara of all time. This is the Bad Gal Bang by Benefit. I haven't even opened this box. I do always buy the mini version. I have I started with a mini and then I bought the full size because I loved it so much, and I just found that I actually prefer the mini. I don't know if like the formula does better in this size or what, but the mini is $12 and I am happy to pay that. So I'm gonna try these other two mascaras first, and then I always have this one. If I don't like this one, I'll just use the Bad Gal Bang. I love this one. It's so beautiful. So, decluttered nothing. Basically just told you what's in my collection so far. I will declutter something from this. I already know something I'm going to declutter, so no fear. So these are my Essence Make Me Brow. I have 3 of them. Obviously, I love them. It's just a tinted brow gel. There's not really much to say about it. This is the current eye pencil I'm using. I don't love this one, but I'm going to use it up. This is in the shade Natural Neutral Brown, and it's like that's all I have left. It's just a very thin brow pencil. And the next one I have coming up, oh no, not this one, is the LA Girl Shady Brow Pencil in medium brown. This is I bought this on a recommendation from Jessica Braun. Also, if you guys hear a lot of stuff going on outside, we live in a new development and we're getting grass installed today, so that's what's going on outside. So this is the Makeup Revolution Renaissance Flick eyeliner. I obviously have 2 of them. I love this eyeliner. This is my favorite. I don't typically do like a winged liner look or wear liner in general, but if I'm going to, this is the liner I'm going to choose. So that means I'm going to go ahead and declutter this Physicians Formula one. I don't like that this is a brush tip as opposed to a felt tip. Beginning, it's really nice. This is in ultra black. They also have a brown one. In the beginning, it's really nice, but then I find over time as you use the brush, it does start to like feather a little bit, and then it doesn't give you a precise line. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. I only have 2 eyeliners. They're both in brown shades. I don't wear eyeliner a lot, but if I'm going to wear a pencil liner, I like to wear it really close to the lash line, and I like for it to look natural. So I have this Jordana Easy Liner in Lavish Brown, and then I have this Sephora one in 06 Deep Brown. So this one's like a pencil you have to sharpen, and then this one is retractable. I'll swatch both of these for you. I purposely chose a color. They're identical. I purposely chose a color that, like, this is the Sephora one and this is the Jordana one, that looks really close to black because, again, if I'm going to wear liner, I want people to see it, but it's also a little bit more natural. So that's that. So the next category we'll go through will be foundation. So one I know I'm going to get rid of is this Neutrogena Healthy Skin Makeup. It's in the shade Classic Ivory number 10, and it's the old-fashioned, I say old-fashioned. It's like, it doesn't have a pump. I just don't like the way this sits on my skin, and I have used primer, no primer, sponge, brush. It's just not for me, so I am going to go ahead and declutter this one. So 2 I know I'm going to keep are these L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear. I have the shades 405 and 425. 405 is just a little too light for me right now in the summertime, and 425 is a perfect match. So I think what I'm going to do is keep both, and then in the winter, I'll just mix this with this. I love this foundation. Even on days where I'm like, I don't want to wear foundation, or I don't want it to look like I'm wearing foundation, I reach for this. So I absolutely love these. They do have a pump. It's a really liquidy foundation, but these are amazing. So I am going to keep those. Let's see. Another one I know I'm going to keep is this It Cosmetics CC Plus. It's just the original one. This is in the shade Fair Light. It does have a pump. This is just like, it's just a really nice foundation. Has the SPF 50, which I love SPF, and it just looks natural. I have oily skin, and I have tried the oil-free. Honestly, I don't like one over the other. I think they're both really good, so I'm going to keep that. Now, one I know I'm going to get rid of is this Almay Make Myself Clear Complexion. After I had my daughter, and actually I also have the concealer that goes with it, but I'll talk about this in a second. After I had my daughter, your hormones are sort of like crazy trying to figure out what's going on, and I don't know that this actually made a difference. This isn't 200 buff, but it is actually a really nice foundation. I just don't need that additional salicylic acid right now. So I'm going to declutter this. But while we're on the subject, this is the concealer that it has with. There's also a powder, and I think I've previously decluttered that. It was just really hard. It wasn't, it just was really, it felt like hard pan brand new, so I didn't really enjoy it. But this is the Clear Complexion Concealer. This also has salicylic acid. I am going to keep this because I do like to put it on blemishes, and it's actually a really good shade for me, and this is in light medium. Obviously I would not put this under my eyes or anything, but it's really nice. It, you know, it comes with a doe foot. It's packaged exactly like the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, so I am going to keep that one. So two foundations that I haven't decided about yet, clearly these were on clearance, and they're both in the shade Sand. This is the one that I've been using, is this stick foundation from from L'Oreal, the Infallible Stick Foundation. I do enjoy these, and I love the idea of a stick foundation and just like riding all over my face. This looks good right now, but I just watched a video that Jessica Braun did where she was trying makeup that a model had done on Vogue, and they mixed she mixed this with like an oil on the back of her hand, and I want to give that a shot. Again, I have oily skin, so we'll see how it turns out, but I do like these. They're great for travel, and so yeah, I think even if I don't use them that way, I think they're good too to put in your bag. For me right now, that's a diaper bag for like touch-up concealing later on, so I am going to keep those. This Demi Matte Foundation from Ulta Beauty is awesome. SPF 20. I really enjoy this, so I'm going to keep this. And then these are all of my concealers. So I have this Revlon Photo Ready eye primer and brightener. I do not like this. It's got this like brush tip, which I don't mind, and it's supposed to be like a salmony pink color, but I just feel like when I put this on underneath the concealer doesn't wear very well, so I'm not going to keep this. I will declutter that. I have two of the 16-hour e.l.f. camo concealers. I'm going to keep both of these. One is pretty light. Well, let me rephrase that. These are light. Like these are fair. Let me show you the shades. So this one is medium peach. I find it interesting that it's called medium. And this has more of like a yellow tone to it. And then this one is medium sand. And this one is the one I prefer. This has more of like a neutral tone, but they both really work. But like, guys, those are not medium. Come on now. So I'm going to keep both of these. I like these a lot. The next one is the concealer I've been using every day. I absolutely love this. This is the Flower Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. I have the shade L34, but I love this. This is a really good concealer, so obviously keeping that. This Sephora Gel Serum Concealer. I love the way this feels, but honestly, it's a little too dark for me. I think if I were to use up all the concealers I currently have, I would buy this one. It's really nice. It's got like that gel formula. So I'm going to declutter this one because it's not my shade, which by the way is 10.5 Blondie. It's not my shade, so I'm going to declutter it, but I do really enjoy it. So the next category, this out of the way, is face powders. So I just sort of put, and to be fair, I do have 3 cream liquidy products, but I put all of my face powders together. This is all I have, like, face powder wise. I have one in this palette as well, but the first is this L'Oreal Hydra Perfect loose setting powder. I have the shade Translucent. This is just like exactly what it sounds like. It smells like old ladies. I love it. I've been using this every day. It works really well on the under eye. It sets it really nice. The only place that I have ever seen this sold at is Walmart, and I think that's sort of weird. I have no idea how long it's been on the market, but I do really like this, so I'm going to keep that. One I'm going to get rid of is this Physician Formula's The Healthy Powder. I have pretty much used it up. I mean, that's a whole lot of pan. I have used this on all areas of my face. It's a really nice powder. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, obviously I've used it up. I'm not going to keep something if I'm not going to use it. I have no idea what the shade is because it came off, so I apologize for that. But this works horribly on the under eyes, for me specifically. I've tried it a couple times and it just like, it almost takes off my concealer. It's just not my cup of tea. And it's almost gone and it's kind of old, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. One I am gonna keep is this LA Colors Mineral Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Fair. I bought this a while back at Family Dollar on the recommendation of Emily Noel. It did have like it's got a mirror, you know, but this is a really nice powder, and it does, like, it's pretty opaque. I mean, it comes off like almost like a powder foundation, but it's really lovely, really buttery, and it's like $2. So I am going to keep that, and I would repurchase this for a pressed powder. Quite honestly, I cannot right now off the top of my head think of any other pressed powder that I like better than this one. So I would repurchase it. I'm interested to try this on the under eye and see how it does. As I said before, so I do have a pressed powder in this palette. This is a ColourPop pressed powder in the shade Light. This is really buttery too. It's not as opaque as the LA Colors, but I'm excited to use this. Put that. And then while we're on this palette, so this is I have two of these. They're both full. There's 6 powders in each of them. I like these powders a lot from ColourPop, and they're so cheap, and then I like that you can sort of move them around and customize them. So these 4 are actually blushes, and this is a bronzer. So this is the bronzer Opening Act. This is the blush Getting Handsy. I'll swatch all these for you in just a second. This is the blush Weirdo. This is Bar Hopping, and this is Noodle. That it was Poodle. So let me go ahead and swatch these for you. I love that I can like create a face palette, and those are really horrible. I mean, so this is Noodle, this is Bar Hopping, and this is Weirdo. So I love this. This is like a really bright, cool tone pink. I don't have any other blush like that, and it might not really even be showing up very well. I'm sorry if it's not. I'm trying to get it focused for you. I really prefer these shades of blush, but I like having one like this. I think in the winter that'll look really pretty. Bar Hopping and Weirdo are like mauve toned blushes, and these are all matte. So then this and this. So this is Getting Handsy, and this is Opening Act. You can barely see either of those. That was not even worth it. Okay, so both of these, I feel like these could be used as bronzers, even like together if you mix them together. I was using Opening Act during the winter, and it is sort of getting hard pan on it, which makes me kind of sad, but I can just scrape that off. And then Getting Handsy is just like, it could be like a blush, a bronzer. It's just a really nice color. So I'm keeping all of those, and I'm keeping all of these ones too. In this palette, I have 2 blushes, a bronzer, and then 3 highlights. So this blush is Parakeet. This is from the, is it Shayla? This is the one that like looks like under construction, you know, and this is the shade Construct. This is my only shimmery blush that I have, and these will show on my skin, so I will swatch these. And then this is the bronzer that I'm using currently in Wild Card. This is a really beautiful, almost like a red toned bronzer. It's really nice. And then these are the highlights I have. This is Here Kitty Kitty, which is the first highlight I ever purchased from ColourPop. This one is First Prize, it's like a gold tone, and then this one is padded down. And honestly, if I were to just travel with this palette, I would have eyeshadow, bronzer, and blush, which is really nice, and actually why they're all put together like that. So this is Parakeet, Construct, and then Wild Card. So here's Wild Card. It's just like I said, like a red tone bronzer. Parakeet's like a really fun pink corally blush, and then Construct is darker. It's almost like a shimmery version of Weirdo. I think I'm going to switch this one out. I think this will look really beautiful in the winter, but right now it's just sort of like blending in on my skin and looking very muddy. So I am going to switch that out, but this is so beautiful on the skin, and I'm loving this bronzer. So I am going to keep all of those. And then I have these two ColourPop Super Shock Cheeks. This one is in Yes She Did. I love this one. You can tell I've been getting a lot of use out of it. It's so beautiful. And this formula is so interesting. It's honestly looks exactly like Weirdo. I have a thing for that mauve tone color, but it's very like rosy red. It's just beautiful. So I love that. I will be getting rid of stuff, guys, don't worry. And then this is in Aphrodisiac, and this is almost like, I don't know, almost could be a bronzer if you wanted it to. I think it would be really pretty on its own, like if you didn't do bronzer and you just did this as your blush. I think that would look beautiful. So I do really like both of those. This would also look really pretty as like a one shadow look. So the next thing is this Beauty Benefits by Hollywood bronzer. I got this at the Dollar Tree, I think. This is in the shade Cinnamon. It only said it on the outer packaging, but I remembered it. It's a really decent bronzer. Honestly, I would repurchase it, but I already have all those other bronzers. But if you're looking, I mean, it was $1. It may have been cheaper than that, you guys. It's really creamy, really nice. It shows up on the skin. If you're looking for an affordable bronzer, this is a good one. Again, it's the Beauty Benefits Hollywood, and I do really like it. I'm just gonna declutter it because I already have other bronzers that I know I like and I need to use up. And then I have these, oh, you know what? So in this ColourPop palette, I do have this Hoola bronzer. It's just the Hoola bronzer depotted. I am going to keep this. Again, I really like this bronzer, and if I'm going to declutter that Beauty Secrets one, I'll keep this one. So I have 3 liquid products. I'm only going to keep one of them, and that's this one from Revlon. It's the Cheek Flushing Tint. This is so beautiful, you guys. It's really runny. It's sort of this like orangey, reddish color in Starstruck. It's just really nice. It like blends out really nice, and it stays on the cheeks. So on those days where I'm just feeling like I just want to do mascara and something on the cheeks, this is really, really nice. You could also put this and then layer any of those blushes on top, and I think that would be beautiful. So I'm going to keep this. I am, however, going to declutter this NYX blush stick in Tea Rose. It's really pretty. It's really nice. It's just, I don't know. It's not the kind of pink I like to wear. and I don't really like this formula. It's kind of greasy. I don't even think NYX sells these anymore, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm also going to get rid of this Mega Glow Halo Highlight. It's just too white, and it almost has like this, it's in the shade Halo Goodbye. It almost has, I don't know if you can tell, like a iridescent pink shift to it. It's just not really my cup of tea. I have those three highlights from ColourPop that I really enjoy, so I'm going to declutter both of those. So I'll put those over there. Okay, I didn't plan on decluttering much from my face products, so I'm not too upset with that. This is where we're going to go. So okay, I know you guys can't see them all, so I'm sorry for the angle. So keep. This is like a little Frankenstein palette. I have 3 of them. This is a whole other animal. These honestly, like, let me show you. These ones are from my Urban Decay Naked. These are from the Lorac Pro Mega Pro 3. Some of them are from the original Lorac. Some of these are ColourPop from the ColourPop Fame palette. So what I've done is I've separated them. So these are my neutral mattes. These are like my darker mattes. These are like my champagne-y shimmers. I have this Makeup Forever palette that doesn't have anything in it right now, but when I traveled to Chicago recently, I took this in 4 shadows, and it was actually really nice. But these are all ColourPop shadows, and then these ones, these would be my favorites out of what I have right now. So I'm going to keep all of these and these 2 other Franken palettes, so I'm not really doing great. 2 I know I can get rid of. One is this Beauty Benefits Hollywood. I sort of got a couple of things. I don't even know what the shade is. It's just a trio. It's got like a matte brown, a matte white. Is that matte? It's not. So it's just got this one matte brown, shimmery white shadow, and then sort of like a taupey shade. Obviously, I have these colors everywhere else, and it just wasn't worth it. But they are really nice shadows. Again, really cheap. So if you're on a budget and you're looking for something affordable, this line, this Beauty Benefits Hollywood, is actually really nice. And they had blushes and face powders and other things too. The other thing I'm going to get rid of is this teeny tiny, look at how thin this is, LA Colors eyeshadow in Beauty. These are really pretty shades, and honestly, I was kind of impressed. They're pretty, I mean, look at that gold. They're pretty opaque. But again, I have these shadows. I don't need this teeny tiny thing. This was only $1. Again, I bought this at the Dollar Tree, so again, affordable. Affordable good makeup. I'm all about it. This palette from Mana. I'm going to keep this, and here's why. I know I'm going to get rid of a couple of other ones, and this has like, I depotted one that I knew I didn't like to see if they were magnetic. This palette is so nice. It's got all of these shades. What is this? I don't know. I think I bought this at Ross maybe. But it has like rosy toned shades. You know, these shimmers are hit or miss. I think this was under $10. I bought it a long time ago, so I don't actually know, but you know what? Now that I'm swatching these, I don't know. I'm really thinking maybe, you know what? I'm going to put this in a maybe pile. Again, it was under $10, but these, I'm swatching them. I'm feeling like I'm not as excited. Let me swatch some mattes. Yeah, you know what, guys? You know what? I'm going to declutter it. I'm decluttering it. Another one I know I'm going to declutter is this Too Faced Natural Eyes. This is, it looks sad. I tried to depot one. These just aren't as good. I had the original palette and I loved it. These just are different and I don't like it as much. So I'm just going to declutter it. I'm also going to declutter this It Cosmetics Trio in Naturally, well, the It's Naturally Pretty is the line. Pearl Luxe. It's nice. It's got a little mirror. It's just 3 little shimmer shades. I've tried this more than once and it has never performed well on my eyes. So I'm going to declutter that. I'm going to save my Tartelette in Bloom. This is one I actually really, really love. It's just been sitting in my collection and I saw somebody else talk about it and I was like, oh yeah, I have that. And I tried it. You guys, it's so gorgeous. These are so creamy. It comes with, oh, of course they look really good when you pat them on your eye with your finger. I tried with a brush and it wasn't really great. But they're so nice. I'm sorry. The other swatches are not coming off like I had hoped. Let me use a wet wipe instead. I don't know why more people don't talk about this. It's such a nice, it has 2 matte shades, but they're the only things I would request be matte. It's like a matte plummy brown and then a matte taupe. This is a beautiful crease color. It's got all these shimmery shades. It's a really nice palette, you guys. So I'm going to keep this one. Again, this is a burgundy bar. I would really recommend this. This formula reminds me of the formula that's in like the Little City Minis. So yeah, keeping that. Another one I know I'm keeping is this Essence palette. I would never use this orange, but I mean, it's gorgeous. If you really like an orange shadow, that's a really nice orange shadow. So, but these are really creamy. Like Essence, seriously, they did a great job. So I really like this palette. I'm gonna keep that one. That's way too many shadows, you guys. I'm literally never gonna get through all of them. I don't know what to do. So I have the Tartelette, the matte one, and then I have Tartelette in Bloom. We'll talk about this one first. I'm sorry, you guys. My camera totally cut me off, and I didn't realize it. I was deciding between the Tartelette and the Tartelette in Bloom palettes, and I talked myself through this. Again, the camera did just cut me off. I decided to keep the Tartelette and take away the Tartelette in Bloom, and it was because I have a lot of these shades in these other palettes, and so I would rather keep this all matte one that's really universal and useful and use all these shades than try and guilt myself into using that other one. And then I got really excited because I also decided to declutter the burgundy bar. Not because I don't like it. It's a very lovely palette. It's really on the basis that I have all of these shades in these other palettes, and I found I was just like so excited about these ones, and lifted up these 3 palettes and I said, I can see myself using these palettes all the time. I'm so excited. I love these palettes, and I got really giddy about it. And I didn't include this one, and that says something. So I am going to go ahead and declutter it. I also said I'm going to go through these and do another video on decluttering all of these eyeshadows. And then I said, just kidding, you guys. I'm going to hoard these for no particular reason other than I want to. I wouldn't get rid of these like physical magnetic palettes anyways. It would just be the shadows in them. Maybe some other time, but right now I'm pretty attached to all of these, so I'm going to keep them. But I am so excited about these palettes, you guys. This is how you should feel about your makeup. You should, so I'm keeping, it's the London in Love in London, the Essence Beautiful, and the Tartelette. These are beautiful shadows. I use them. I reach for them. I'm excited about them. That's what I want in my collection. So I am going to keep all of these. If I decide somewhere along the line to go through these, I promise I will video it. I'll record it, and I will go route with you guys, but for now I'm going to just keep these, even if the shadows are just sentimental, you know. So yeah. So that's it for this declutter. I knew I wasn't going to get rid of a ton out of this sort of face eye section, just because I have already sort of narrowed it down to things that I only truly really enjoy. So yeah, the next one will be lips. I am already dreading it. It's my favorite. It's where I spend the most money, and I want to keep them all the time, even though I don't use them all and have no use for all of them. So that one will be coming next. Keep an eye out for it. Another one I'm going to do is my closet and my makeup brushes, because I have way too many makeup brushes and I don't see a lot of declutters on makeup brushes. So I'm going to do that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you will subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a huge thumbs up. I love seeing those thumbs up. And other than that, you guys have a great day, night, week, month, year, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.